What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for Predicted Lineup. We got Brian Tottenham on tour in the studio all week, people, all week. We are Tottenham on tour. Big game this week at Selhurst Park tomorrow night under the lights. We haven't won there in quite a few years, so bidding to go there and get all 3 points. Conte has been speaking in his press conference. And Brian, what is the team news?
So let's have a look at the injuries and suspensions we have. We have Rodrigo Bentancur injured. Lucas Moura injured. Richarlison injured. Yves Bissouma is suspended for this game, and with Dejan Kulusevski, the architect, he is a doubt, and we're putting it at 50%, 50-50.
50-50, yeah. With Bentancur, he is not ready for Palace or Portsmouth, but hopefully he will be back in for the North London derby. Richarlison is having an MRI scan, and Conte did say he didn't know about Kulusevski, and they are checking with him day by day. But hopefully we can see him sooner rather than later. In terms of the lineup, we're going for a 3-4-3 formation. In goal, Hugo Lloris. I mean, we had a few conversations, Brian, about Lloris and Foster and all that. Yep. We saw Foster against Brentford. Not really any good. We saw Lloris against Villa. Not really any good. So are you still of the feeling that you would like to persist with Foster?
Oh, do you know what? I was saying this before the World Cup. Hugo had a wonderful World Cup for France, and it was just another unforced error that caused this. And I'm still down the middle, but I think right now we need the experience. We need the experience.
They're both pretty experienced.
Yeah, but with Lloris, especially this game away from home, we need our captain, and hopefully he comes out and atones for the error. And get to see the Hugo that we know and love. It is a concern, though, but we'll see.
So Lloris in goal. Right back, toss up between Doherty and Emerson. We are going to side with Doherty. I mean, look, he's come back in. He had a really good, friendly games before the season started, scoring. He became our little Lionel Messi, scoring every game. He's come in these last 2 games. I still think he's put in performances better than Emerson Royale, but still not that good.
Fresh Air will put in a better performance than Emerson Royale. We had this discussion on the show earlier, saying, is this the right chance to give Spence a go, because it's win-win kind of thing for Conte. But out of all the players that have been playing poorly, I'm not putting Doherty nowhere near the bottom of them. He's done okay in the last 2 games, so I agree that it's got to be him.
Moving on to the right centre-back, there is only one man to play there, and that is going to be Cuti Romero. Came back, put in a really good shift on the back of coming back from winning the World Cup, and hopefully he can move on further than that as well.
Yeah, I mean, the first half was the Romero of old, especially that little turn he did right near the end, where he just literally hooked the defender in and then just said, see you later. It's a wonderful first half performance. As you said, a bit of fault for the second goal, you think, with the not getting into the
yeah, he should have responded quicker, in my opinion.
But if he's fit and available, there is no debate who goes there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was definitely our best defender last week, that's for sure. In terms of the central centre-backs, there are a few calls for Dyer to come back in, but we are going to side with Clement Longley. I think his ball-playing ability is going to be really important in this game.
Yeah, we're going to need that. We're going to need that. Where we may be lacking in pace, we're going to need someone that can ping it out from the back line. And for me, he is the best passer for that, and definitely more stable than Dyer. So yeah, agreed, Longley.
And then left centre-back, we are going to stick with Ben Davies as well. So the same back 3 as we saw last time out against Aston Villa. Yeah,
I mean, that's. But if you look at that, it's with Longley in the centre, it's kind of by default, isn't it? So yeah, that's the back 3 we're going for.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Romero, Dyer, Longley at all, but this is what we are going to side for now. Romero, Longley, Davis, left wing back as well. We're going to go for Ivan Perisic. Sessegnon didn't do himself any favours when coming on against Villa last week, and Ivan Perisic is playing to a fairly high level.
There's nothing more to say on that. I completely agree.
So that's a back five. Let's run through that back five with you guys one more time. So that's Hugo Lloris in goal, Matt Doherty right wing back, Ivan Perisic left wing back, with a back three of Cuti Romero, Clement Longley and Ben Davis. Moving into the midfield, where we have some issues. Bentancur's out suspended. Bissouma is Bentancur is out injured. Bissouma is out suspended. So we have to play one of Skip and Pape Matar Sarr. But we are siding with Skip. Even though Sarr did come on and have a really nice cameo against Aston Villa, we think it's going to be the more tried and tested method in Ollie Skip.
Yeah, completely. I mean, he did use that for a bit when he came. I was at Skip's last game away to Leicester with Simeon, and he did seem to trust that. I mean, obviously there was no Bentancur there, which is the same thing we got now. So as much as people call him for Sarr, I think he's going to go tried and tested, isn't he? Like Spence going to right back, I think it's tried and tested.
Yeah, and talking about tried and tested, this is the partner who he is tried and tested against and and that is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. But I wasn't happy with Højbjerg's performance against Villa. I thought he put in one of those really poor performances where he couldn't put a pass right, and we need the Højbjerg from before the World Cup to come and arrive for us.
Do you know what? As you were saying that, something that Ash Matic said has really, really just stuck to me. Before we did, or when we were doing the watch along here for the Brentford game, he said if Højbjerg has a good game, we'll do well. And we got the draw, came back from 2-0, and he said if Højbjerg doesn't play well, we'll be screwed. And he did not have one of his good games, and you can normally rely on him for it. Didn't play well, lose 2-0. So I think Ash Matic may have a very good point there, and let's hope it's one of his better games.
Yeah, when Højbjerg does play well, I mean, he just takes that brunt for the team, and he really drives that team forward. And it's not just helping us at the back anymore and winning that midfield battle, but he actually helps us going forward and providing good balls into the box, late runs into the box. I mean, his assists and goals just speak for itself this season, don't it?
Yeah, and they just keep improving season on season, doesn't it? So he needs to have a good game, because there's going to be a lot of responsibility for him in that midfield tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's move on to the attack. Obviously, Kulusevski is a doubt, so we don't suspect him to play. So on the right side of the attack, we're going to go for Bryan Gil once again. I mean, I wasn't happy with his display against Villa, but the comments from Conte in the press conference, he's talking about Bryan Gil, and he says, now Gil is playing. The last game, honestly, he satisfied my expectation, and probably he's going to play tomorrow. I don't know, but it's possible. So from those comments, we're kind of reading into it that Gil is going to play. And we were talking in the match preview, weren't we, about if he wasn't physically ready to play against Villa, how the hell is he going to go play at South Park?
Yeah, but then this is why Conte has got he's very, very critical and hard to understand. First of all, if he was happy with Gil's performance, I don't see how he was happy with Gil's performance against Villa. But they said, I'm happy with his performance. He has a good chance in the play, but he may not. Who knows? So I don't know if he's doing mind games with Palace or mind games with us, or what he's doing. We were ready to go with a different forward line, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were going to go with Perisic on the right, Sessegnon on left wing back, and then the rest. But look, we saw those comments and we decided to shove Gil straight in there. So
it's a weird one.
Gil's going on the right. On the left is going to be Heung-min Son. Conte's also been speaking about Sonny quite a bit in the press conference, and he kind of accepted that he's not on great form, but he doesn't have any worries that he won't get back to his best.
Yeah, I mean, I think we go into all these games recently saying we need a big game from Son. We need a big game from Son. We need a big game from Son. Kane hasn't been playing well last couple of games, but at least he's got on the score sheet. At least he's provided something. This needs to be a big game for Son.
Yeah, it really does. And Palace is a game where he usually does well against, isn't he?
I think... Just trying to think. I think
more at home,
more than
home than away. But he does have previous against Crystal Palace, that's for sure.
Kane's more away than home, so hopefully.
But let's talk about the front option, and obviously with everyone else out injured, it is going to be Harry Kane. And why we got to worry is because one more booking for Harry Kane and he will be out the North London derby. It's better for us actually that he gets sent off than he gets booked, because if he gets sent off, then he misses the FA Cup game against Portsmouth. But if he gets booked, he misses the Arsenal game, which I don't get that rule whatsoever, but that is the rule.
Well, that's only if it's 2 yellow cards. Obviously, if he gets a straight red, it's 3 games, so he's out. But if he gets 1 yellow card, he misses the league. But if he gets sent off for 2 yellows, it carries over to all domestic cups, so he'll miss. So if he does pick up a yellow card, we might as well go down to 10 men.
Yeah.
So just and you see
If he gets a yellow card, I'm calling for him to get that other yellow card.
That's the thing. You do see it with people trying to get those tactical yellow cards. Didn't you? Like Mourinho said it when he was in Madrid and things like that. So if he gets a yellow, get the red. But let's just hope he has more involvement than he did against Villa.
Do you think that Conte? Obviously, he'll know about it, one more booking until a yellow card. Do you think that if he gets a yellow card, do you reckon Conte will be telling him to get that second yellow late on in the game?
So do you know what? The only way I can talk about this is weird you bring this up. I watched somehow on YouTube, I think came up with John Terry talking about Jose Mourinho. And Jose,
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where Jose Mourinho said, listen, to John Terry and Gary Cahill.
Both to go down,
If it's winning 1-0 or whatever and it's like the 88th minute and you go for a tater, both of you go down as if you're injured, because if you both go down,
they can't take you both off.
You can't take you both off. You have to be fixed on the... And apparently one referee went to do it and they went, no, go check the rules. And they're like, oh, you're right, you've got to stay. So I'm sure a man like Conte will know every single rule like that. So you would think so, wouldn't you? You'd think this is what makes the great managers great, when they know these little advantages. So I'm sure he's aware.
All right, well, let's run through that lineup with you guys one more time. So in goal, Hugo Lloris. Centre backs, you've got Romero, Longley and Davis. Doherty right wing back, Perisic left wing back, Skip and Højbjerg in the midfield, with Hill and Son supporting Harry Kane. If this is the lineup, what is your score prediction?
I'm not budging from Desmond's. I'm not budging from Desmond's.
You're going for 2-2. Who's going to score the goals?
Kane and Kane.
Kane and Kane. Come on.
Kane.
What about the big game for Son that we're talking about?
Hopefully it will come. Kane and Kane or Son and Son. Let's do it that way.
All right, cool. I'm going to go for 1-1, and I'm going to go for Kane. No, 1-1, so only Kane. But I want to know your predicted lineups and your predicted scorelines in the comment section below. Me and Brian will be at the game tomorrow at Selhurst Park, getting you all the action from inside the ground. And you've got Barry and Rez in the studio with you guys tomorrow for the watch along. So tune in for that. We'll see you all tomorrow. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.